Touchback actually went through.
Yep, another touchback that time for Friars. Noah Sir on the kick.
Up. You got basically high-lowing the defense. If the linebacker goes low, you throw deep. The linebacker goes
Here with Carmel Catholic's Kai Owens, big game tonight. Kai, tell me about the preparation for this one. How ready do you feel to take on this team on the road?
Yes, we're feeling good. We know they're a good team at hand, but we prepared mentally throughout the year and the week throughout the summer for this, so I think we're ready.
Kai, your offense has been explosive. You guys like to put the points up. What's been the key to the offense having so much success this season?
Detail and consistency. We work on the details a lot and we stay consistent. We don't bend, we don't break. We just stay consistent. We stay who we are.
Talking to people, they're saying Trey Taylor is the best quarterback in the state of Illinois. What's made him so effective as a QB?
Trey, he's out his work ethic, really. He's been like that. I played with Trey since I was 8, and he's always had the greatest work ethic, so I feel like that's what separates him from other kids in the state.
As far as tonight, how do you feel about your chances advancing to the quarterfinals?
We're feeling really good. We got a good game plan, and we're expecting a dub.
What do you feel like is the key to winning this one?
With the rain running the ball, we got to dominate the run, but I feel like when we dominate our run, our pass opens up a lot more, so I feel like dominating the run.
Kai, good luck to you tonight. Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
All right, Kai Owens, we will be back. We got the broadcast coming up. It's Carmel Catholic. It's St. Charles North right here. Here with Keaton Ranke, St. Charles North trying to win a second-round playoff game against Carmel Catholic. Keaton, tell me about tonight's game and what makes this one special for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, as a senior, this one is huge. Just being able to fight to be back out here is something I couldn't ask for. I mean, I know our guys are ready. I know the weather's bad, but, you know, that just shows how good we are. If we can play in the bad weather and win, we can win anywhere, so let's go.
I mean, this is playoff football weather, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How excited are you and your teammates? I know there's so many seniors on this team, and you guys are really experienced. You've been waiting for a moment like this.
Yeah, I mean, I love my team because every senior on our team is a leader. And I think that when we have that and we know everyone can be a leader, we're going to go out there and we're going to have the best group of guys. And so, everyone has a connection, the juniors, the seniors, everyone out there is connected, and I think that's what's gonna give us the upper hand tonight.
What do you think is going to be the difference maker in this game? What's going to determine who wins?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be able to see who can play. The weather's really bad right now. Just being able to take care of the ball, have the most possessions, and just play all 4 quarters. We can't give up.
All right, Keaton Ranke, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's Keaton Ranke from St. Charles North, the North Stars and the Corsairs coming up next.
When you get a second talking to them.
Hello, we are here today.
Alright. Okay. I'll let back to
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St. Charles North High School for the IHSA playoff edition of Saturday Night Lights. North Star Nation, get on your feet. Here come your 2025 Duquesne Conference champion, North Star. The North Stars are coached by Rob Kamazak, assisted by Brian Flynn, Keith Snyder, Patrick Shannon, John Esquini, Chris Hill, Brian Tomalak, and
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Second from half court. Jump in for Joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh,
did he bring it in? He did.
It is.
up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you need to so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off and knowing I gotta make it. I'm saying every day to taste it, I'm patient, but I'm not giving up, taking it, I'm chasing the thing that I got to take pages to make it. Gotta keep up with the take it. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo.
You saying I did?
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Here.
Hello and welcome onto the campus of St. Charles North for an extraordinary matchup, second round of the IHSA 7A playoffs. It's the North Stars from St. Charles North taking on the Corsairs of Carmel Catholic. Alongside Tim McKee, I'm Marshall Harris, happy to bring you what feels like a football game in playoff weather because it is a steady drizzle tonight. Cold, they're expecting the rain to turn to snow. Hopefully we can get this game in before that happens. But Tim, this should be a good one. Two high-scoring offenses facing off here in the second round.
Yeah, both of these teams, Marshall, like to put a lot of points on the scoreboard. I'm just curious how much the conditions tonight are going to factor in that, especially in the passing game, because Carmel, their quarterback, Trey Taylor, he likes to throw the football over 3,000 yards passing on the year. We'll see how the conditions affect their passing game. St. Charles North, on the other hand, they're a little bit of a more mixture run and pass type of team. So I think these elements, if they can get their running game going, will help. But the ball's going to be slick. I would imagine turnovers are going to factor in the outcome tonight.
You mentioned Trey Taylor, the quarterback for Carmel Catholic. He is a Nebraska commit, top 5 quarterback in the nation. That's according to the opposing coach, Rob Pomazak, who says he thinks he's the best quarterback in the state.
I think a lot of the prognosticators and people who cover IHSA in Illinois believe he is the top quarterback in the state. 36 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. He also can run the ball as well, Marshall. Over 500 yards rushing on the season. He's a dual threat for Carmel.
It will be the homestanding North Stars kicking off to start this game. Back to receive Lucas Gonzalez along with Greg Bess-Henning. And we are off and underway here under the lights on a Saturday night. Don't worry about running that one back. It's a touchback. It'll be first down for Carmel Catholic. They'll start at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 from their own 20.
And it's always interesting in these games who will get the football first. And Carmel will get their offense a look in these conditions again. The steady rain coming down, wind actually not as much of a factor looking at the flag. It's limp right now, but this should help Carmel early on. Not much breeze to help Taylor in the passing game.
So you see Taylor back ready in the shotgun. See how they'll start this one off. It'll be the handoff. Flea flicker back to him. Looking to go deep, taking a shot. Down the field, he's got a man, but just overthrows out of the reach that time of Greg Bess-Henning. Bess-Henning, the leading touchdown getter for the Corsairs, but that one just out of his reach. But you see, taking an aggressive approach early on.
Well, Jason McKee going to the bag of tricks early on. Wanted to go for the quick home run ball, but it was out of the outreach streach of Bess-Henning, but well designed. And as you can see, the wind is not going to stop Taylor, at least early on, from throwing the football.
Now Taylor with twin backs. He'll reset, and looks like a call official comes in. They're going to say reset that football. Second down and 10 from the 20 here for the Corsairs.
And also with these conditions, they're going to have several footballs in play to try and keep as many dry footballs out there as possible in these conditions.
So once again, in the backfield along with Joseph Akalanu. And instead it's a handoff up the middle, leaning forward, picking up 3 yards on the play that time. Jaquel Edmonds looks like a 3-yard pickup. So that's 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. And we know that Trey Taylor is not shy as far as throwing the football. Let's see what they do. He's got several different receivers. They like to spread the wealth around, Tim.
I was going to say it could be a run-pass option type of play. Give him the ability to either pass, or if he reads it, he can take off and try and scramble for a first down.
Said here we've got an empty backfield situation. 5 wideouts, 4 up top, 1 down low. Taking his time, letting it develop. Now he will take off, looking for room, and he's not going to get to the first down marker. Or no, he stays in bounds, and they will say he did get to that first down marker.
That second effort, Marshall, had got him the first down. It appeared that St. Charles North had him well contained, but he was able to deke the two defenders and pick up those few extra yards to get the first down.
It's an 11-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the 34. Here's what you have to know about Taylor. Yes, he has thrown for 3,301 yards on the season, but he's also rushed for 467 yards, averaging 8.4 yards per carry. He bested that in getting the first down there.
Talked about, he's a dual threat.
So again, this time the handoff goes off to Edmonds. He's got some room on the right side, off the right tackle out to the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 7.
It's so critical how much one first down could do for an offense. They faced a 3rd and long. Taylor made the big run, settles them down, and now you see Edmonds with a good chunk run, and now they have 2nd and short.
Out to the 41 where it will be 2nd and 3. Corsairs have a little momentum here in the early going. Again, they went for the deep shot on the first play from scrimmage, the flea flicker. That one just out of the reach of their best receiver, Greg Bess-Henning. And still they've got a first down and a chance to get another one here, 2nd and short. Man in motion, and now another handoff, this time, and got plenty of room, and he's taken off, and he's headed to the house. Jaquel Edmonds barely touched. It's a 59-yard score, and Carmel Catholic is on the board first.
Well, I talked about in the opening what St. Charles North can do running. How about Edmonds? Once he just got by that first line of defense, there was no blue jersey near him. It was a track meet and a sprint to the end zone, and what a beginning for the visitors.
I would say he got to the 3rd level, but is it the 3rd level if no one's there?
He got to the 3rd level 10 yards out.
So big touchdown, 59-yard score for Edmonds, and the running game is on.
Big extra point in these conditions.
That extra point is up, and it is good. So the kicking game appears to be at full strength. Jack Doyle gets it done, and it's a 7-0 lead out of the gate. We'll take a timeout. Carmel Catholic up 7-0. You're watching the IHSA playoffs on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back here at St. Charles North, where the homestanding North Stars find themselves down 7-0 after the first drive of the game. A big Jaquel Edmonds 59-yard touchdown run to get the Corsairs on the board.
He had 116 yards rushing in their opening round win last week, and pretty much had more than half of that on one carry for that touchdown run.
So the kickoff is back deep. This one will be returned on the move, looking for some running room, and finally taken down after getting out to about the 34-yard line. Keaton Ranke on the return.
Near the 25-yard line.
They're going to call it 1st down and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They mix it up a little bit offensively. St. Charles North also expect at times some wildcat out of them offensively as well, Marshall, here. Quarterback, he doesn't pass it a whole lot, but he's very efficient. It's kind of more of a combination they use at quarterback.
So now St. Charles North, Carson Durante in the backfield. He will get the first handoff, tries to cut it back, does. Gets over the line of scrimmage, but not much more. Taken down that time.
Over the left side, gain of 2 on the play.
Jameer Miles makes the tackle. He leads the team with 88 tackles, so no surprise there as he's able to stop it, but not until there's a 2-yard pickup that time for Durante.
Yeah, JT Pardon, their quarterback, he only had 12 pass attempts last week in their opening round game against East Moline.
And there is Padron back in the shotgun. Loose ball snapped, recovered though. As you talked about the slippery conditions, Carson Durante able to fall on it, but it's a big loss. And that one's going to go back about 10 yards.
At center, the quarterback exchange off the snap. Just any little bobble or slippage could be trouble here, and they're fortunate to recover it, but they have third and a long way to go here, Marshall.
It's going to be 3rd and 17 from their own 18. Here's Padron. Low snap, able to reel it in. Quickly back over the middle. Gets it to Durante. Looking for space. He's going to get out towards the 30, but not nearly enough for the first down.
And we got a flag on the play as well. They went safe, screen route, hope that Durante can make something out of that and maybe get the first down, get some of the yardage back to make it a better punt, better field position, but this penalty may be against them, a hold, and Carmel will decline this, I would believe.
So that's a block in the back is the official call on the field.
Well, since it's a personal foul, they're going to mark it off, it looks like, from the end of the play, I believe. Or will,
Now we're seeing where this one's going to be spotted. It will be fourth down.
Yeah, they declined it.
So a decline penalty.
Yeah, sorry, Marshall. I thought first they were ready to mark it off. Like, you're not going to take the 15 yards. You want to take the play and force fourth down in the punt.
So now on to punt, one of the best punters in the nation. And that one is down. Big punt for Timbrock. And it'll be just inside the 30. It'll be 1st and 10. Corsairs a chance to add to their 7-0 lead.
45 yards on that punt.
And what you have to understand about Lucas Timbrock, he's the #1 punter in the nation by some metrics. He's got 5 field goals over 45-plus yards. He's got an 80-yard punt on his ledger this season.
It's amazing how the kicking game has just exploded at all levels with how these young men can kick the ball now.
So now, 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Man in motion. Handoff coming to the left side, finding some room across the 35 and finally stood up and pushed out of bounds at the 37 by a gang of tacklers. And a big carry that time for Edmonds.
Well, they're doing what a visiting team should do in a playoff game. They've kept this home crowd very quiet. Big play, early score, force a 3-and-out defensively. Now they have the ball back, looking to churn yardage, get some time off the clock, and establish a stranglehold on this game early on are the Corsairs.
So Edmonds getting the bulk of the work here in the early going. Again, a 59-yard touchdown already under his belt. Here's Taylor. He's been reticent to throw it, but here off the play action. Rolls to his right. He's got running room. He's following a blocker to the 50, across midfield, now still on his feet, inside the 30 and finally knocked out of bounds as he gets all the way down to about the 24-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. What a run that time by Taylor.
That was a huge run there. Huge gain on that play. If I'm doing my quick math in my head correctly, close to a 40-yard gain on that run, but he was very deceptive there with that fake, bootleg to the right, had all the defenders shift to the right, and then he had a whole lot of running room and a big-time gain.
It's been all ground game so far for the Corsairs, and it's working beautifully. Now back in the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Another handoff to Edmonds. This time slips to the outside, but finally taken down. Thrown to the ground that time by Jack Rubley. Rubley gets the stop. So that's as good a play as we've seen from the North Stars defense so far in this game.
And after they tried the flea flicker off the opening play, it's been all runs for Carmel since.
It's almost as if they were trying to set the tone to say, hey, we can throw it anytime we want to. In the meantime, we're going to concentrate on
They set up a run with the pass.
They did that. Here's another handoff. This time it's Edmonds again. Another big gain across the 20 this time into the red zone. And might be just short. No, they're going to say he did get the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line. So the ground game just continues to pound away.
Well, playoff football, Marshall, usually it comes down to who wins the battle of the trenches, especially in these conditions. And right now, Carmel is winning that hands down.
Trey Taylor hasn't had to do much with his arm, and that's okay because they haven't needed it. So now back to work. Tell me if you've heard this one before. Shotgun, Taylor, Edmonds in the backfield with him. This time steps up to his right. He'll take another handoff, patiently waiting for his block, gets it inside down to the 12, a pickup of 5.
Yeah, you're right. You called that one perfectly. He waited for the blocking, found the hole, and was able to pick up 5 on that play. But they have an excellent staff, a lot of NFL guys. A guy who's going to have an early appointment tomorrow on the radio on the sidelines is their head coach, Rasheed Davis on the staff, Adam Hogue. They got some guys who know that running the football is very important come playoff time.
Talked to Jason McKee just before the game, the former Bears fullback. He said he felt like his team was ready. He was yelling. He was making noise. And now all the noise is coming from his players on the field. Here's Taylor with Edmonds. This time Taylor looking to pass. He's going to tuck it and run to the right side. Gets enough space and just deflected out of bounds. Nice breakup that time. It was Eli Jackson. So Jackson trying to get the touchdown there, unable to hold on, but it was broken up, and an official's timeout.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that this is a timeout for either team. Looks like we have an injured player for the North Stars in the end zone that they're attending to. But right now, Carmel, they're looking good. It's a 3rd and 5 situation upcoming. And this is tough if you're the defense for St. Charles North, Marshall. They've been running the ball well, but then you also have to watch for that running ability of Taylor. They're in a situation right now that they probably don't want to be in.
And Tim, you look at what Taylor's able to do. They've already seen him, well, on tape anyway. They know how prolific of a passer he is. But in this game, he had the big pickup that got them across midfield. So if it's this mid-range, 3rd and 5, it's not 3rd and long, anything's in play, and as a defense, you've got to stay on your toes.
And they have probably one of the linebackers playing as a spy to keep an eye on him because, as you saw in that last run, he was looking for maybe possibly wanting to take off, but he didn't, and then made the throw looking for Jackson at the last second.
So here's Edmonds in the backfield alongside Taylor. Behind him, Taylor barking orders at his offensive line. Big 3rd and 5 here. And they will give it to Edmonds. He's got a little bit of room, but stood up, wrapped up, and brought down short of the first down marker that time.
Well, Jason McKee could be thinking we're dominating the line of scrimmage. We have 2 cracks to get these 5 yards. But it was a no gain on that. So we'll see if they decide to go for it here on 4th down. The rain is coming down harder now, Marshall. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit now.
Declan Smith, the 2-time all-conference player, had the big stop after a gain of 1. So now on 4th down, looks like they're going to come out with the kicking game.
Yeah, Doyle's going to come out and attempt the field goal.
He's number 16, Jack Doyle.
They'll go for the points here and try and make it a 10-0 game.
So Doyle with the kick. It'll be Luca Martinez on the hold. And now timeout taken. Looks like the Corsairs want to talk things over.
Timeout.
So they'll take a timeout, and so will we. 7-0 Carmel. 4th and 5 on the 13. They'll talk things over. We'll be right back with more IHSA playoff football here on Sports Broadcast Solutions. The field goal from 28 yards away. It's up and it is good. Carmel Catholic extends their lead to 10-0. So with 4:29 remaining here in the first quarter, Carmel Catholic has stormed out to a 10-0 advantage, scoring on each of their first two possessions.
They're not scripted up this start any better if you're Jason McKee and the Corsairs. Big play, get the first touchdown on the board, 3-and-out stop, have another good solid drive. It did get stalled in the red zone, but Doyle able to make the field goal, and you're up 10-0. And as the night progresses, these conditions are going to get tougher. And when it strikes around close to 9 o'clock, you want to have a little lead to play with. As you talked about earlier, this temperature is going to drop, and this rain can turn into a mixture of some light snow.
There is snow in the forecast. It's just a matter of when. We don't know when the rain will change over to snow. Hopefully we're long gone before that happens.
I hope so.
So, Carmel Catholic.
This is a nice trip out here for both of us.
10-0 lead.
Number 6 is Ranky.
And if you are head coach Rob Pomazak and St. Charles North, this is a time to have some type of response here. As ball's going to be kicked off. Back to receive is Renke. He's got it, brings it across the 25, and he's taken down at the 27-yard line.
Renke on the return.
And he was out for a little bit with an injury.
25-yard line.
Yeah, he's been one of their best players, and certainly for St. Charles, he's been explosive, a Northwestern commit. And he's got 51 receptions for 819 yards. Both of those are team highs on the season. And he's averaging, when he does play, 102 yards per contest through the receiving game. Now getting the carry, Durante tripped up, but not before he gets out to the 27-yard line.
On the carry.
Pick up, a 32-yard line. Pick up of six on the play.
You're St. Charles North. There's no need to panic early on, even though you're down 10-0. You can still play your game, run the ball, move the chains, one first down at a time, wait for the big play to spring for them. No need to panic yet, just down 10-0, but a big possession for them to do something here, Marshall.
Another handoff to Durante. He'll pop to the outside. Now cuts back in. He's loose to the right side. He's still on his feet. Across the 40. Stutter steps a man. Finally taken down. Big pickup all the way down to the 32-yard line. Patient running for Durante that time.
Yeah, he shifted and great footwork there. Body control. Big time run and a much-needed play for the North Stars to help get their offense and this crowd going.
So now the North Stars on the move into Corsairs territory. Down 10-0. Their first drive marred by a big block in the back penalty, also a fumble. So it was a 3-and-out. Now, though, back to the running game off the play action. Taking a shot deep. He's got a man wide open. Pulled in for the touchdown that time. Brayton Harms reels it in.
Well, that's an answer for the North Stars. And their big players come through. The run by Durante, and then the play action sets up Keaton Renke for the touchdown, and the North Stars are right back in this game. And again, they use that run. That was their first pass attempt of the night.
So a big-time play there. And now they can get within 3 on the extra point, but looks like a false start is going to move them back just a little bit. Officials will talk things over. As the wind starts to pick up a little bit here, Tim.
Yeah, if you look at the flag now, it was not moving at the start of the game, and it is a kind of whipping across from left to right on the field. And right now, basically the Corsairs will be going into the wind when they have the ball offensively the next series.
On to attempt the extra point, Tim Brock out of the hold.
So now Tim Brock is in to attempt the extra point. Again, a big answer here. Kick is up, and it is easily through. 10-7 is the score.
He kicked that over the scoreboard.
Let's take a timeout. It's a 10-7 game. Carmel over St. Charles North with 3:12 left here in the first quarter.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Back here at St. Charles North High School, where the North Stars have just gotten on the board. It was 10-0 Carmel Catholic, but now it's a 3-point game. After a Braden Harms touchdown catch, here's the kickoff, and you can forget about that.
I had Ranky on my mind, but Harms has been the one who has been stepping up for the North Stars when Ranky was absent and has played well for them. Had a big game last week in their opening round win.
So now Carmel Catholic will try to answer the answer, if you will. We expected this one to be a high-scoring affair. Talking to Rob Pomazak earlier this week, he said, we understand that Carmel's very much comfortable playing a 60-44 game. That's not really what we would like to do, but both of these are up-tempo offenses.
Well, they scored 42 last week to the North Stars, so we know they can at least keep up with them if it becomes one.
Here's Taylor. He'll give it off now to a change of pace back, if you will, as it's Jordan Moore toting the rock. Just a little different frame from Moore. Jaquel Emmons, who you've seen a lot of already in this game, 5'7", 150. Moore is also 5'7", but you got to add 61 pounds.
But he was close to breaking that one, Marshall. That tackle right there, if it wasn't made, he could have been off to the races.
Instead, it's just a first down out to the 30-yard line, a 10-yard pickup on the play. Moore still back there with Taylor. Out of the shotgun, he'll get another carry. Big fella running through, taking people with him. That's a pickup of 6.
These kids are lucky they're playing on this turf now these days. Just imagine if this was old school in a grass field. There'd be a lot of mud out there tonight. How these teams move the football.
Back to the tempo here on a 2nd and 4 call. As Moore stays in the game, trips right now for Carmel. Taylor looking to pass. He's got a man wide open. Hit in stride and taken down that time is Kyron Hart, his first catch of the game.
Yeah, Taylor
That's across midfield.
Taylor just found the soft spot of the zone there. They played more soft coverage there, and Hart was just wide open, and he just placed it perfectly between the two defenders.
About a 26-yard pickup there, and they're quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Taylor again. Interesting to see them go back to the passing game. Here, it's Moore leaning forward. He'll fall forward for a 4-yard pickup.
Moore is your ball carrier.
And that's the thing with Jordan Moore. When he is going forward, it's hard to get him to be knocked back, if you will.
Yeah, it seems like St. Charles North has been doing everything in their power, bringing multiple defenders. It's taken multiple defenders for them to make several tackles here tonight.
2nd and 6 now for the Corsairs, getting marching orders from the sideline, and now officials step in. Officials timeout.
But look at the size of that offensive line there. Look, 73, 58, 75.
It goes 315 at left tackle, and Jalen Strouder, he's the
I mean, that's a great shot of them right there. Just look at them, how they line up right there. That's you can see why they gain a lot of yards.
Mason Jones, the left guard, is 264, 250 light in the middle at center. Here's Taylor looking to pass. going up top. Just out of the reach, overthrown as the intended
Taylor's
receiver
pass
there
intended for number 18 Hart.
was Kyron Hart again. But now that'll bring up a third down and just over 5 at the 33-yard line.
Well, they had a 3rd and 5 similar their last time around. They ran. We'll see what they do this time around. They ran, and St. Charles North was able to stuff it.
It'll be interesting to see if this is 4-down territory for the Corsairs. Empty backfield now for Taylor. Taylor taking his time. He's got pressure coming. Flushed out to his left. He's on the move. Flag down. And a drop pass that time by Eli Jackson. But there is a flag in the backfield that came out. It's going to be a hold against the Corsairs.
And, of course, they'll decline this to bring 4th down.
So that'll bring 4th down. Now, would you go for it here? Or?
Well, you're in that no man's land area, Marshall, with the ball at the 33-yard line. Really too far to kick it. If you punt, you're only going to gain 13 yards of field position. So I think at this spot of the field, I would believe Jason McKee would go for it.
And that makes me think maybe you should have taken the holding penalty.
True. But then you want to give them another chance for an explosive play. It's a tough decision, but I think you would rather, if you're St. Charles North, take the down instead of the yard, so I'm fine with it.
All right, so here's Moore in the backfield alongside Taylor. We'll see if they can stop them from getting an explosive play, or at least one that gains 6 yards and a first down. Now timeout's going to be taken by St. Charles North. They want to talk things over.
I don't think so. I don't blame them. And again, they have to because of all the different options that Carmel can do. The run-pass ability of Taylor. They could sneak in a run and possibly slip that through to get a first down, or the legs of Taylor to keep a play alive, as you saw in that last play. Unfortunately for them, Jackson dropped it.
Just 58 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Carmel Catholic got on the board first with a couple of scores. St. Charles North, though, responding. It's a 10-7 ball game here on a less than balmy night here in St. Charles.
We have now, I think, officially changed seasons. It was, 63 degrees on Friday, and it's going to be, mid-30s tomorrow?
Yeah, the high will not reach 40 degrees tomorrow, and the wind is supposed to be 16 miles per hour with gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour. Here we are, 4th down and 6. Edmonds back into the game in the backfield with Taylor. Taylor out of the shotgun, pressure coming. They sent the blitz. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that is a turnover on downs. Good pressure that time. Coming from I believe
that was number 8, Matthew Plum, who may have gotten the tip.
It was. The Central Michigan commit came with the pressure, along with several others, and that is why they took the timeout.
Well, the last couple of plays late in that drive, we saw St. Charles North bring some pressure, and it was very effective, and they get the turnover on downs.
So now a chance to tie, perhaps even take the lead for St. Charles North. After giving up the first 10 points in this game, they came up with their first big stop. Gave up some yards, but it was definitely a bend, don't break defense that time. Now a fumble recovered, however, by the quarterback. And we talked about it, but there you see JT Padron able to cover it up. And that's just what kind of night it has been so far. That's the second fumble, both recovered by the North Stars.
Very fortunate, but I think we got a long way to go here. To one of those, if they keep up with that rate, they're not going to be so lucky. They'll have to get a playoff here to play clock down to 10 here late in the quarter.
They do get a playoff. It's play action rolling, pressure coming, and nowhere near the receiver. Now a flag is thrown. Throwing his hands up that time was Ben Hannigan. Let's see if it goes against him. Maybe some illegal contact downfield.
Yeah, Christian Chaddock came in on the pressure, and Padron, not much he can do. They are trying to scramble, and Well, they might get a lot of help here with this penalty. They're going forward here, it appears.
So that's going to be pass interference.
Wow, okay.
And that is a big one.
Especially when I think he was really just trying to throw the ball away with the pressure.
That'll move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line, Tim, and all of a sudden the momentum is kind of swung in the favor of the team in black and blue.
It's amazing how quickly it has.
So 1st and 10 from the 45. Handoff to the left side, have some room all the way out. Perhaps another first down as on the move that time. And running it.
That was Tommy Vendy.
Yes, Tommy Vendel able to pick up the first down.
And that should take us to the end of the first quarter.
Final seconds run off the clock, and that will do it for the first quarter. St. Charles North on the move. Carmel Catholic had a 10-0 lead, but the North Stars are driving. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the IHSA second round of the 7A playoffs here on the NFHS, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back here at the start of the second quarter, Marshall Harris along with Tim McKee, and it is St. Charles North driving, now moving from your right to your left on the screen in black and blue. Handoff coming on the corner, and nice trip up that time.
And maybe the fans wanted a horse collar, but they're not going to call it.
Jameer Miles comes in. There is a flag on the play. Let's see.
Maybe they could have called it. They might be talking about this, Marshall. We'll see.
And no, it's going to be a hold against St. Charles North. So move them back 10 yards the other way.
Fans aren't going to like that, especially when they were wanting a potential horse collar, but really that didn't appear to be one watching it live here. Again, winner of this one tonight will get Brother Rice Jacobs. They're playing as we speak out in Algonquin. Brother Rice had to make the trip up north themselves tonight.
Off the play action. Looking to go deep. Tries to get it back to Tommy Vendel, but that's overthrown. On coverage that time was Jameer Miles.
Yeah, Vendel, he had a 3-yard touchdown run last week, 7 carries, 41 yards in their opening round win against East Moline.
So now 2nd and 20 from their own 45-yard line. They've got to get it all the way down to the 35 of Carmel Catholic to move the chains.
And once it appeared they were in business on this drive, that holding penalty has put them in a hole here.
JT Padrone's got a man in motion. Back to pass, pressure coming. He floats one up. Can he find it? He cannot. That pass intended for Keaton Rinke, and Rinke could not come it.
Well, Rinke had the step on his man, and I think if he would have just kept his stride, but then he tried to turn around back to the football and come back to it and wasn't able to corral it. But I thought if he would have just still kept going and tried to catch it in stride, he had his man beat. He may have had a better chance of catching that.
Keaton Rinke, I talked to him before the game. I don't think anybody was as excited as he is to be out here in this type of weather trying to earn another week of football. Now empty backfield for Padrone. 3rd and 20. Timeout's going to be taken, and St. Charles North not happy as head coach Rob Pomazak has some things he wants to talk about with his team.
They've had quite a good year. Well, obviously 9 wins. They've won some wild games, some close games in a very competitive Duquesne conference.
Back-to-back conference champions.
Yes, and that's a solid league with the teams. I think they had 3 teams qualify out of that league in the playoffs this year.
So a deep league and trying to keep it going, making a deep run, trying to get to week 3 of the playoffs. That's the quarterfinals. When you get to the quarterfinals, anything can happen. But first, they've got to get past this round of 16. Big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 20.
And I think that just shows how good this part of the state is in 7A when you have a second-round matchup like this between 2 programs like these.
So here's J.T. Padron.
3rd and 20.
He's got 2 wideouts to each side. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Lets it fly to the sideline. Is it inbounds? That's the question. No.
Yeah, he was
out of bounds. Intended for Renke. So
Good
that'll
pass
bring up
on the
4th
run.
down.
Good pass on the run. Sorry, Marshall.
No,
but
you're good.
Renke just was not able to corral it and keep his feet in bounds, type roping the sideline there. But the penalty stalled the drive, and it's going to force this punt.
And a big stop for the Corsairs, who, after scoring on their first 2 drives and then getting stopped their last time out, now they prevent a tie or even giving up the lead to St. Charles North. And now you want to see a bit of a leg. Lucas Tenbrock, the Iowa State commit, is about to show off. And there's a booming punt. That one's going inside the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Goes out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it.
I think we round to 8.
They're going to say it's at the 10.
A coffin corner. He aimed for it and got the bounce, and Carmel's going to be pinned back here on this next series.
Excellent field position here as far as the special teams game goes for St. Charles North.
And that's also such a factor. Obviously, we always talk about the headliners offensively and defensively. But in big-time games in postseason, who can win the special teams battle? Usually that's always the unsung hero in these playoff games.
It is a wet and wild one here tonight. Now empty backfield for Trey Taylor. Man in motion is Moore. He'll take it. Quick strike. Gets it out. And that's a quick pickup. Looks like a first down for Kyron Hart.
A little quick out to him. That was just, I think, a time design play. He found his spot, went underneath the coverage. Just a short gain. Just want to get a few yards to get out of this hole.
And that'll be a yard short of the first down, so a pickup of 9 is what we'll call it. This time it's the handoff and on the move down the sideline and finally sliding out of bounds. And it's Jordan Moore with a big first down and more, living up to his last name with that pickup.
And a much-needed first down for Carmel to get themselves from the shadow of their end zone, and now they're in much better field position.
This time he'll keep it himself. Taylor on the move to the outside, trying to turn the corner. He does. First down before he's popped out of bounds just at midfield.
Had a little stiff arm, and then he took down somebody on the Corsair bench there, but he had that little stiff arm move on his way out of bounds, but ran the option beautifully. And again, you can see why he was a 500-yard runner this year.
Taking out the photographer on the sidelines. I'd like to take a look at those frames that were clicked. Taylor looking to pass now on 1st and 10. He's got time. Can't quite get it to his intended target, Hart, there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 50.
Great coverage by St. Charles North. He had great protection, as you said, plenty of time, but no one was open downfield.
So the Corsairs trying to put together their 3rd scoring drive of the first half. Been a lot more passing of late than what we saw early on when they really took it to the North Stars through the ground game. Moore in the backfield. Taylor, looks like someone jumped.
Number 55.
Declan Smith.
Oh, they're going to call the false start on Carmel. So they're going to move back 5 yards. But I'm surprised that they've gone away from the run after how effective they were with it to start the game.
Trying to mix it up. Here they do go back to the run. It's Moore to the left side. He's got room. Looking to deke a man downfield inside the 20. Still on his feet inside the 10. Finally taken out of bounds. Big pickup for Moore. Tim, you called for it. Moore delivers.
He did. Well, we've seen Edmonds early, and now it's in the first quarter, and now it's been Moore in the second quarter. A huge gain on that play, especially after the penalty. He picked up 45 on that run.
A quick burst by Jordan Moore gets the Corsairs back into the red zone and back on the doorstep.
Making more about 48. They marked it all the way down to the 7, so 48 yards on that run.
First and goal from the 7-yard line for the Corsairs.
Now I would like an option here. We'll see if they use the legs of their fine quarterback.
They bring in Nick Hopman to play fullback. Here's the lead back. Here's Moore rumbling inside the 5, taken down at the 4-yard line.
Well, I guess Moore's been big on this drive, so they want him to try and finish it off. Good surge ahead, got about half the yardage they needed to get the pay dirt here, and they're in a good spot here on second and goal.
There to make the stop, 55, Smith.
It'll be second and goal from the 5. Make it the 4-yard line. Jaquel Edmonds and Moore both in the backfield. Off the play action. Rolling to his left. Trying to get there. Diving for the pylon. And it's a touchdown. Trey Taylor calls his own number and gets in.
Well, he did it one play later than I expected because I had a feeling that close to the goal line, similar like Lamar Jackson-like. Just so many options. You can pound it with the running game, but with his versatility and speed, you can open the field up, and he was able to turn the corner, hit the pylon, get the touchdown, and Carmel has now reestablished control here early in this second quarter.
Extra point pending. They can go back up by 10 here with 9:35 left in the second quarter. What a drive by the Corsairs.
And the good thing when he went for that pylon, he got the pylon first before losing the football, because we've seen some kids now lose it before touching the pylon, and then it goes into the end zone and would be a touchback.
The last thing you want to do is get all the way to the goal line only to turn the ball over and have it go the other way at the 20-yard line.
But I think if you're Carmel and Jason McKee, you're going to trust that young man once he gets close.
So the officials mark things off. It will be Jack Dolan to kick the extra point.
It's been a steady rainfall. Just keeps come down a little harder as the evening has progressed here. Plenty of umbrellas and ponchos out here this evening in St. Charles.
Carmel in control. They've led by as many as 10. That snap was a little tight, and the result is a blocked extra point. In on the coverage that time was Josh Wilkerson.
Yeah, I believe he's the one who got through the line to stuff that kick.
The snap was a little bit high. Unable to get it down was Luca Martinez, and flying in that time was Josh Wilkerson. So it's a 16-7 game. Carmel still with a 9-point advantage. We'll take a timeout and come back with more of this IHSA 7A second-round game in St. Charles North. Back here at St. Charles North, it's a 16-7 Carmel lead over the North Stars after another touchdown, this time by virtue of Trey Taylor's legs, a 4-yard touchdown run, the extra point blocked by Josh Wilkerson. But Carmel has led throughout from start to this point. Now on the return, taken down inside the 20. Nice job that time as
Ranky on the return.
it was Ranky. And Jameer Miles makes the stop.
20-yard line by number 13, Miles.
So Miles makes the stop. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Excellent open field tackle by Miles, and that gives good defensive field position for Carmel from the 18. The North Stars beginning this drive.
Man in motion is Ranky. The handoff up the middle, scat back, all the way out to the 28-yard line, close to a first down that time. As it was
Durante.
Durante with a pickup of 10. They are going to give him a first down on that.
He just
out to the 28.
right through that line up front and powered his way for that first down.
And we thought the running game would be prevalent with these conditions, but we've seen a nice mix from Carmel. And then, of course, the touchdown was scored by St. Charles North on a pass play to Braden Harms. Here's Durante again, up forward, almost past the 35 and out to the 37-yard line. Almost another first down.
This St. Charles North team, they have a lot of different weapons, a lot of different ways to beat you. But as I talked about earlier, yeah, they will pass it, but they really don't rely on the pass. It's this running game. When they pass, normally they get big plays off the pass plays, but they use the run to set those up.
Carson Durante again, this time stopped in the backfield, wrapped up nicely by Noah Breckenridge.
Yeah, he was right there. He read that beautifully, wrapped them up, and made a great tackle. Especially in these conditions, jerseys are wet from the rain, could be a little slick trying to grab those uniforms and making the tackles, and he made a good wrap-down tackle right there. And we got 3rd and short here. We'll see what they call.
So no gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 1, an interesting down situation at their own 37-yard line. Padron with Durante beside him. He'll keep it himself. Can't get anywhere. He'll lose yardage on the play.
Outstanding read by the Carmel defense.
A host of white jerseys led by
Miles was there.
I think
Kevin Murphy was there.
Ben Hannigan might have been first on the scene, but about 5 white jerseys,
well,
Tim.
It was a straight quarterback, not a draw, but just basically a quarterback scamper. He didn't go up the middle. He angled right, and when you're trying to get 1 yard, it'd be nice to go north and south more, trying to go east and west.
So now Lucas Tenbrock will be back on a punt from his own 21-yard line, take a step out to the 25 and send one end over end. He'll take a hop. Now another bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line inside the 10. And it finally gets down at about the 7-yard line. Another beautiful punt by Tenbrock.
57 yards with a lot of roll.
You could see what the Cyclones were intrigued by in getting him to commit to come to Iowa State. This is a team full of seniors, Tim, 41 of them.
Wow. Yeah.
Talking to the head coach, Rob Pomazak, he said, this might be his deepest, best senior class ever. And they're going up against largely a bunch of sophomores and juniors in Carmel. So you see,
but a very talented group.
Certainly that. Taylor, out of the shotgun, will give it to Edmonds. He's off to the left side. Can't quite find the hole. He gets wrapped up by Smith.
So we go back to Edmonds after we saw Jordan Moore get the last set of carries on the last touchdown drive. And again, that just shows what depth they have at that position, that they can go to a 2-back operation.
This time he'll keep it. Taylor in trouble. He's going to be brought down, sacked. And that time it's Damon Hill making it happen in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of a couple. That'll bring up a third and longer than what they wanted. After about a 5-yard pickup on first down, a loss of 2 on second down, and now 3rd and 7.
The key play right here, Marshall, they're pinned back. You want to get a first down to try and get this drive going. If they cannot convert, they're going to have to punt from their own end zone, and St. Charles North could potentially get great field position when they get the football.
He's got trips to the right. Taylor back to pass. Now looking for room to run. Flushed out to the left side. He's got nothing. It's going to go out of bounds, but well short of the first down marker. So that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team will come on just over halfway through this second quarter.
Even though they did score the touchdown on the last drive, at least since the opening quarter, we've seen them defend Taylor much better on the run, bringing pressure. When they bring pressure, that seems like that's when Taylor and the Carmel offense has had more difficulty.
And now backed up is Luca Martinez from his own end zone. And he gets hit, and a flag comes out. And picking it up on the other end is Ranke. He's on the move. He's going to get knocked out of bounds, but this might be a first down for the Corsairs. As coming up lame right there, limping is Luca Martinez, and he got drilled.
Yeah, he went right into him. So if this is the roughing the kicker variety, this will be an automatic first down and keep the drive moving for the Corsairs. If not, it would be 4th and short, and the referees are talking about it right now, but I would believe that should be more of a major penalty. We'll find out here. Yep.
And it is roughing the kicker. That will be an automatic first down. So here comes the Carmel Catholic offense back onto the field.
Yeah, the fans, of course, we're near the home side, don't like it, but I think that was clearly the correct call.
I mean, Martinez got blasted,
and we can hear the pop from up here. As I say, this time of year, Marshall, it's good hitting weather as well, and I heard the pads pop big time on that hit.
It was crisp, it was cold, and it was bone chilling.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one for a while.
So they'll move it all the way out to the 27-yard line.
Now can Carmel capitalize off this opportunity, getting the free first down?
Well, we've talked about controlling the clock with 5:33 left. They can make this the last drive of the half if they choose, and that's off the hands that time of Jaquel Edmonds. As Edmonds had himself a pickup of about 7 and some room to run, but could not hold on.
That's a second drop we've seen by a Carmel receiver. We saw Jackson drop one earlier when he was wide open.
So 2nd and 10 from the 27. Edmonds in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. And now Edmonds will get the handoff to the left side. He's got some room. Tripped up, but not before he gets out to what looks like a first down at the 37-yard line.
Marshall, if you pay close attention to the St. Charles North defense, they're playing tight. There are no safety men back, so anytime they run the ball, if they get by that first line, he could possibly break it again.
St. Charles North playing that 3-3 stack defense, and now another handoff to Edmonds, trying to find his way, picks up a good 4 yards.
It's tight, but they got to stay disciplined in their lanes, because when everyone converges, if it's either Moore, because Moore almost broke one earlier, or Edmonds, when everyone converges and he breaks one, they have no safety valve in defense.
So nothing in the distance, if you will, Tim.
Exactly. I would think, I know they're packing it in to try and stop the run, but if you can't make the tackle, you have no safety valve back. They're very fortunate that Carmel hasn't broken a couple more than the one they did earlier in this game.
How inviting is that to take a shot as we take a look at Nathan German, the 5'10", 243-pound right guard, getting looked at and helped off the field. But how inviting is that to take a shot if you're Trey Taylor, if you're Jason McKee, and understanding just how tight it is, if you think you can get an advantage on the outside especially?
I think so. That's why you spread it out and try and go wide to hope that you can get past that third line of that quote-unquote 3-3-3.
Edmonds in the backfield with Taylor here on 2nd and 6. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Edmonds gets the handoff to the left side. He's going to be taken down on the edge. Good tackling there that time by the black and blue of the North Stars.
Edmonds brought down by number 1, Reed Raska.
So it was Reed Raska on the takedown. And now here's another big third down situation after a pickup of 2. It's 3rd and 4 on the 44.
Again, I would trust Trey Taylor. Doesn't have the pass. See if he uses his legs.
This time Taylor will keep it. Now looking to go to his right. He does have room. He will get the first down, and he'll glide out of bounds after a big pickup of about 8 here to get it across midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 47 of St. Charles North.
There's nothing open downfield. He just is patient, finds the opening, takes off, angles to the sticks, and keeps them moving.
Also understanding the situation, the context, that he doesn't need to force anything. He just needs to move the sticks.
Exactly. And that's why you need a third and manageable situation to give him that option to do that.
Now it's 1st down and 10 from the 47. The clock's going to go down under 4 minutes to play in the first half on this next play. Now off the play action, Taylor will take off to his left. He has a lot of green in front of him, now getting closed off, initiating the contact there. Wyatt Brandt on the tackle, but I like that toughness that was demonstrated there. He saw Brandt coming at him. He says, okay, I'll get low, pad level, head-to-head, toe-to-toe.
But it was a very nice fake there by Taylor. He literally, kind of like a Patrick Mahomes-like, put the ball in his pocket and just held it behind his back, and then just took off and ran.
Pick up a 4 there. 2nd and 6 now from the 43. Edmonds in the backfield with him. Here's Taylor out of the shotgun. Edmonds with the give. Flag comes out. Looks like a 1-yard pickup, if that. As a big-time hit made that time by Brody Tifo. But got a couple of flags that flew out. See if they're all seeing the same thing or if these are different things. Looks like it's going to go against Carmel Catholic. False start, or no, illegal procedure is going to be the call.
False start is the call against Carmel Catholic.
They'll decline both of them.
Yeah, there were 2 calls on the play, 2 flags that came out. I think they got 2 different players moving when they shouldn't have been.
So they declined at the forced 3rd down, but still, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is the perfect down and distance that if you're St. Charles North defensively, you have to be honest and play trying to stop Taylor from taking off and running.
Now shifting his running back from the left side to the right side of him in the backfield. Here's Taylor. High snap, able to corral it. Pressure coming. Sees a man over the middle. That ball is picked off. And now on the return, on the move, and bringing it across the 35-yard line. But a big pick that time by Jack Rubley. And what a play on a big 3rd down. Big turnover, big takeaway from St. Charles North.
And that's the first turnover tonight, and thought turnovers would factor in this game. And the St. Charles North defense comes up big after Carmel was given a gift with this drive staying alive due to the roughing the kicker penalty on the punt.
Tim, not even sure who that one was intended for, as I saw Rubley come up with it, and it didn't look like a white jersey was in the area.
Well, he had a man behind him, but I think Rubley did a great job reading it, and I believe Taylor may have underthrew the ball or maybe misread the route, maybe thinking his intended receiver wasn't going to go as deep. But the pressure they put on when that high snap, I think, also might have factored in as well, Marshall, in throwing off the timing of that play as well.
I think one thing we've learned here in the first half is the pressure can be adverse when it comes to Trey Taylor. At least it has been in this contest. Carmel up 16-7.
Once again, please refrain from playing the horns while the offense is at the line of scrimmage.
So now we've got an announcement from the public address announcer letting the fans know if they need to refrain from playing horns while the offense is on the field.
But they do let them bring the cowbells still.
Yes. But the cowbells, same message, Tim. When we're on the field, don't do that. Let's keep it nice and quiet for our guys. Homestanding St. Charles North trying to come back down 16-9. Off the play action, Padron rolls to his right, looking, and he'll step out of bounds, maybe a pickup of 1 or 2.
Yeah, he had nobody downfield. The two receivers downfield were well covered by Carmel, so he just went the safe route, had nothing, just took what he could, got the short gain out of bounds.
2:54 remaining here in the first half. 16-7, Carmel with a lead over St. Charles North. It's 2nd down and 9. 37-yard line. Padron in the backfield. He'll give it to Durante. He's got room. Actually, that's Vendel. Vendel on the move inside the 35, and Vendel taken down at the 33-yard line, excuse me. Carter Caston, Eli Jackson, the last line of defense on that play.
When they run, it's like little run, then they break one big one.
And now off the play action. Throwing it up deep, but well out of the reach of the intended receiver, Rinke.
And that's what I talked about. They really, when you look at them statistically, Marshall, they don't throw it a whole lot, but they use, as we saw how they got their first touchdown, the run to set up the play action. And that time, pass was a little bit too deep, well beyond the reach of Reinke to get.
So Reinke can't get that. Instead, 2nd and 10. But now, this is a big possession here for St. Charles North. They'll get the ball to start the second half. So a chance to end one quarter and start another with scores. Here's the handoff. Rolling ahead and bouncing inside the 30-yard line to make it a 3rd and short this time.
Well, they just call that the double. That was well coined by the Bill Belichick era New England Patriots and Tom Brady.
Before you get the double, though, you got to get the single. They need to score here.
It's true, too.
Clock continues to run towards the 2-minute mark. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 27-yard line. Here's Padron. The shotgun. Vendel behind him. Pressure coming. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. And can't quite get it to Reinke. He wants a flag. He's not going to get it, however, as big pressure coming that time by several Corsairs.
Well, that was a good job by Patron reading the pressure, keeping the play alive, and at the last moment was able to find Reinke, who was open. From my vantage point, watching live, a bang-bang play. I know he wanted the call, but I will, just from what I saw quickly, think it was a good non-call.
Here's Lucas Timbrock. This is a 45-yard field goal attempt. Make it 44 as he's just inside the 35-yard line. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is through. 45-yard field goal. That's a big one because it makes it a one-score game. 16-10, Carmel's lead has been cut to 6 with 1:42 remaining in the half.
I wasn't certain if he had enough leg in it. Again, he's kicking into the wind. It was a low sinking kick, and he cleared the crossbar by about 3 yards.
Tim, Lucas Timbrook might be the MVP for the St. Charles North Stars in the first half. The punting,
Yes.
the kicking, and now they're within striking distance because he's been doing a pretty good job at whatever he's been asked to
And
do.
we're about to see a kickoff right here, and we'll. But Carmel, you feel like maybe they should be up more than what they are right now, Marshall. When you look at the scoreboard, it's a 16-10 ball game.
And as you said, kicking into the wind now, so maybe something that's actually returnable for Carmel.
And they get the points off the turnover as well.
So 3 points off that turnover, the first turnover of the game. Interception. Here's Tinbrock. This is a short one, and it'll be dove on, caught nicely that time by Lucas Gonzalez, who comes up to get it. And I think it was a fair catch, in fact.
He slid in the second.
Certainly did.
Or a sliding grab like a center fielder.
Well, it's a slip and slide out here, so that fits. That tracks. The wind starting to really pick up here.
Yeah, well, all our papers are getting shuffled around up here.
1:43 remaining in the second quarter. Carmel back to work.
And that rain's coming down more again.
Here's Edmonds to the left side, trying to find space. Sneaks out to about the 39-yard line before taken down.
Carmel does have 2 timeouts remaining, Marshall.
Content to let the clock run here after a pickup of 6.
Well, I think the key is you got to get the first down. Once you can get the first down, then you get the drive in motion.
Here's Edmonds, bouncing to the outside. Gets tackled at the 42-yard line. Taken down by Wyatt Brandt. Close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Clock
No huddle.
Click down towards the 1 minute mark. Here's Taylor. He'll take it now, looking to go to the air. He's got pressure coming his way. He'll let one fly. Looks like pass interference, and there's the flag. 2 flags come out as they're going to get Eli Jackson for pass interference.
He was the intended receiver on the play.
that
and you were on it right there with the referees, Marshall, and the home fans aren't going to like that once they get the official indication. But it appeared to be a clear and obvious one right there.
He had his man beat, and of course when the defender doesn't turn around, it's an easy call for the Zebras to make. So the officials mark it at the 42-yard line. Clock stops with 55.4 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And we've seen Doyle make a field goal already, so they'll try and get in range for him potentially.
Here's Edmonds on the ground. Tripped up, but not before he picks up 2 yards on the play.
I think they should call a timeout here. They have 2 left, and now they're going to call it.
44 seconds remaining. Jason McKee does take the timeout for Carmel. Tim, if you're Carmel, how big is this possession here? 44 seconds. You're already down at the 42-yard line.
You're on the shadow of field goal range. You've got a good kicker in Doyle. We've seen him, as I talked about, make 1. It's 2nd and 8 right now. They're obviously well beyond his range. I think they still would need to get about another 15 yards to give him a decent attempt. And they, again, have the run-pass option. And also keep in mind, the clock will stop on a first down to move the chains as well. So I think the key will be for them is to get the first down. If they get the first down while in bounds, hurry up to the line, ground the ball, stop the clock, then get things in motion. They would like to try and keep that timeout in their pocket to set it up to bring the field goal unit out and attempt the kick if possible.
So here's 2nd and 8 from just inside the 40-yard line. Now, Taylor looking to pass. Throws one up. He's got Jackson. But that one's broken up that time as it was Aiden McClure on the coverage. So looking for Jackson, that would have been a catch inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, McClure, he's one of their big senior captain linebackers on the year and going out in coverage, handling Jackson right there. Now here we go, 3rd and 8.
38 seconds left.
Still watch the legs of Trey Taylor here once again, Marshall. See if he will take off if nothing happens.
Here's Taylor rolling to his right. He's got pressure coming. Now he'll double back to his left. He's got a lot of green in front of him. Taking off inside the 30 and then tripped up. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Where will they mark it?
Well, no matter where he stepped out, it's going to stop the clock regardless, which is big for Carmel. But they brought the pressure, which has been effective, but the pressure pushed everyone to the right side of the field. What great footwork by Taylor to spin back the opposite way, and there was nobody in sight, and he was able to angle and pick up a big chunk of yardage for that first down.
So now it's 1st and 10 from the 27, 28 seconds left. Carmel does have one final timeout. The handoff to Edmonds. He's taken down immediately. Falls out, and it's recovered by St. Charles North. What a play. As St. Charles North comes up with a fumble recovery with 21 seconds left in the first half to end Carmel's hopes of another scoring drive.
I couldn't quite see who recovered the fumble, but our cameras were panned in on Declan Smith and that pile out of the celebration. But what a huge play by the St. Charles North defense. They have forced 2 turnovers, the final 2 drives of this first half against this Carmel offense, which looked like they were going to be in prime position for a potential field goal.
And it was a curious thing, and now they'll just kneel it out, and that's how the first half will end. Final play, St. Charles North gets a big turnover. They'll get the ball to start the second half, and the North Stars, they're down, but they are far from out. Carmel Catholic, a 16-10 lead in the 7A second round game of the IHSA playoffs. We'll take a timeout and come back and get you ready for the second half. You're watching the 7A second round IHSA playoff game from St. Charles North between the North Stars and Carmel Catholic, powered by SportsBroadcastSolutions.com. I'm ready. Back here at St. Charles North High School, where we have a battle on our hands here in the second round of the IHSA Class 7A playoffs. It's the North Stars trailing the visiting Carmel Catholic Corsairs 16-10. Alongside Timothy McKinney, I'm Marshall Harris. And you know what, Tim, when you look at what's transpired in this game, it's been about what we expected. The rain has not stopped falling since kickoff. It's gotten colder outside. It's gotten a little bit windier outside. And both these offenses have put together some impressive drives, but there's been other things that have been happening as well.
We've had big plays in this game by both teams, but it's been a little different. We've seen big chunk runs by Carmel. We've also seen them do things with the passing game. On the other hand, St. Charles North, they've used run, the sub, the play action, and the pass. But the big swing is, even though it is a 16-10 game, Marshall, you feel like Carmel should be up more, but the big difference, the 2 turnovers, the final 2 drives of the half, while they were driving for scores. You had the interception by Rubley that led to the field goal that cut it to 16-10, and then the big fumble right at the end of the half when it appeared Carmel may be setting up for a field goal to go up by 9.
So now we're stuck with a 1-score lead, big leg, big kick by Lucas Timbrock. A 44-yard field goal brings this game within 6 points. And now getting the ball to start the second half will be the homestanding North Stars, and they can make a statement here on this first drive.
And despite what happened to them early, falling behind quick, they did not panic, they did not press, they stayed with their game plan and did not get away from what they wanted to do in this game. And now with them being only down to 1 score, they can continue those runs, hoping maybe to break the big one and then maybe lull that Carmel defense to sleep, to set up the play action, to get the big play. Because again, as we talked about at the beginning, they don't pass often, but when they do, they normally strike.
As far as adjustments, anything that you're looking for either of these teams to do different than what we saw in the first half based on the way that first half played out?
Well, I think if you're Carmel, they went away from the run that small part of the second quarter, but I think maybe more because of knowing the conditions and maybe having the wind to their back, they wanted to take advantage of passing the ball more, but they're running the ball very effectively. I would stay with running the football, especially if they have the lead. Again, to me, I'm still surprised that St. Charles North will continue to play tight defensively because they've gotten lucky on a few occasions that Carmel did not break some big runs past the smaller second level. They got the big one in the first quarter. They almost had a couple more. I would think I would at least have a line of defense back there to contain it a little bit more and see if the arm of Trey Taylor can beat you. Obviously, his legs, I don't know how much more they can do. I think they've gotten good contain. The pressure has worked by St. Charles North and has been effective, has given Taylor fits. I think if they can continue to pressure the football, that's going to be successful for them. But you think turnovers, 2 for Carmel, nothing for St. Charles North, they would be up. But in a weird oddity, the team that is losing a turnover battle is the one still winning this game. And I still think turnovers will factor in the second half of this contest.
So far, it's turnovers advantage St. Charles North, but that hasn't meant that they've had the lead on the scoreboard. However, they will get the ball to start the second half. A contrast in teams here where these organizations are. A senior-laden St. Charles North team against a Carmel Catholic team that is filled with sophomores and a few juniors sprinkled in. As we are getting the second half underway, that ball kicked off deep. It'll take a bounce and go out of bounds, and that'll bring out a flag.
And that's not a good beginning for the special teams. And that's going to give St. Charles North some good field position out of the gate here in the third quarter. Well, looks like Brother Rice will await the winner of this one, Marshall. They are in cruise control in Algonquin. They had to make the travel, make that trip up northwest, and they're up 32-0 at the end of 3, the number 6 seed.
So the road game hasn't been a problem for them?
No, not at all.
So
I
now
think that attack can travel anywhere.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 after the penalty for kicking the ball out of bounds on the field goal. Let's see how this one starts off. It's Durante avoiding a tackle in the backfield and sliding ahead for a pickup of 2. Make that 3. 2nd and 7. It's Ben Hennigan making the tackle.
And they can just stay the course doing this. Plug away with these runs, and then they want to eventually pop open a big one. And again, while it's still a close one-possession game, they can do this.
Another play action, that one tipped, and that's why it was off the mark. It's a big play that time, makes it 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 from the 39-yard line.
That was a quick pass off the play action. We've seen them a little more patient to let the play more develop before airing it downfield. They tried to go for the quick play underneath, but the ball was tipped. Hennigan once again there.
So here, 3rd and long. JT Padron back to throw. Pressure coming over the top, and unable to reel it in that time was Ranke. It'll be 4th down. Trey Taylor make that Eli Jackson breaking it up.
Yeah, he was draped all over him. The faithful here wanted a flag, but again, he defended it perfectly, timed it perfectly for the breakup. And a 3 and out, so good beginning. Like they started the first possession on defense. Carmel in the first half got a 3 and out. They get one here right out of the gate in the 3rd quarter of the 2nd half.
So now on to punt will be Lucas Tenbrock. We saw his exploits in the first half. See what he comes up with here. Booms that one. And calling for the fair catch and losing it, but able to pick it up after the muffed that time was Jackson. And they'll take over at their own 10-yard line.
Well,
so another slippery ball there, Tim.
And there's always the different philosophies that usually a lot of special teams coaches don't want their returners to make a catch like that inside the 20. He did, and it was almost turnover number 3 for the Corsairs.
So now the Corsairs, they have a 6-point lead. They'll start at their own 10-yard line. And now we get to see what Trey Taylor and company will dial up here.
They've moved the ball well the last 2 times, but they both ended in turnovers.
Here's Edmonds. Not much doing there. Pickup of 2 on the right side.
And this has been the same formula when they've been pinned back. Try and run it first. Try and get a good gain. Key for them is to get this first down to establish field position.
Now an official's timeout. So talk things over. Looks like someone's down in the huddle.
Yes.
And being helped off the field. Looks like Joseph Akalanu. He was in the backfield as one of the twin backs.
Play will resume after the 2-yard carry.
Looks like it may be a leg injury. He'll sit down on the sidelines.
2nd down, 2nd and 8.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 8 for the rest of the Corsairs. Ball's now on the 12-yard line. Going with a little bit bigger back this time as it's Moore in the backfield. Here's Taylor. He'll give it to Moore. Moore gets back to the right side, bounces to the outside across the 20, and finally taken down, knocked out of bounds at the 21. It's a 1st down.
They had him contained at the line of scrimmage. It appeared he was going to get stopped. They had 2 men there, and somehow Moore was able to slip through the tackle and bounce it out to the outside and picked up the 1st down and gets the Corsairs out of the hole here, and now they can get into the rhythm of their offense just beyond the 20.
It's a big play for Jordan Moore, and Moore will stay in the backfield. And now going under center is Taylor. I think this is the first time we've seen him under center all game long. And he'll give the handoff to Moore, who will cut back and fall forward out to the 24-yard line, pick up a 3. So a little change in tactics here for the Corsairs.
Damon Hill was in to make the stop. But we've seen them, once they go to Moore, it's like a heavy dose of him. It's just like he's exclusive on this drive, as we saw him in the one scoring drive they had in the second quarter. Him and Edmonds are a good 1-2 combination.
You have to wonder if the change to Moore this early in the second half has to do with the fact that Akalanu went down with injury. Now back under center. Moore drops it, puts it on the tape, and recovered. Recovered by Declan Smith. Smith with the recovery, a botched handoff, and a big takeaway by St. Charles North in the red zone. A game-defining play, perhaps.
3 consecutive possessions have ended in turnovers, but this one ends in Corsairs territory, and now the North Stars are set up beautifully with an opportunity to take the lead. And I talked about it at halftime that I thought turnovers would still play a role. That one, as you're right, could be very costly for Carmel Catholic.
So Carmel Catholic turns the ball over in their own their own end of the field. St. Charles North now with JT Padron. They'll hand it off, going up the middle for a pickup of maybe 1 is Durante.
Yeah, not much there. I'm surprised because, as you know, sometimes when you have a momentum swing play, you see teams go for the big score. I know they're within the end zone. I'm just surprised maybe they didn't go play action, try and take a shot to the end zone right there, since they had the momentum.
They did have the momentum, but instead it's a no gain that time for Durante.
Little confusion here. They get the play in late.
And now here's Padron out of the shotgun, Durante with him. Here's the play action going over the middle, just over the outstretched hands of Ranke. They did it that time on 2nd and 10, but that pass just a little too high for Ranke to bring in.
I had a feeling they were going to have to take a shot.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10, and they have to get points here. Now, the good news is the wind has been blowing in this direction throughout the game, so it shouldn't be an issue for Lucas Tenbrock to at least make a field goal to bring them within 3. But you want to get closer here. 3rd and 10. The 18-yard line. Back to passes Padron. He's got a man. Targeted, hit, and falls out of bounds. A flag comes out, I believe, on the side as that one is completed to Acapeti, Chris Acapeti. But that's going to come back, I believe. Let's see what the call is.
Could be an illegal formation.
I believe it's pass interference on the offense.
Yeah, because they tried the
screenplay?
Yes. Because he was out in the flat and got open, and
that's how he got open.
Exactly.
So that's a big play here, and they'll mark this one off.
Those are just so subtle, because I think you have to be within 5 yards to do that, and if you're beyond that area. But a huge miscue for the North Stars.
So now 3rd and 15 from the 23. Throwing it up to Ranke. Can't hold on. And Ranke can't hold on. It's an incomplete pass. That will make it 4th and 15.
He's going to be thinking about that one because he had that and maybe a step and could have maybe turned. He may have been stopped shy of the first down, but that would have given them either a first down or they would have been right there. But that's one I think you talk to him after this one's over, he's going to say he should have called.
So now St. Charles North will attempt to cut the lead in half. A field goal on the way. This would be a 39-yard field goal. He's already hit a 44-yarder, has Lucas Tenbrock. Here's the snap, perfect. The hold, perfect. The kick, no problem. It was low, but it was strong.
There was a lot of steam on that kick indeed.
So the field goal is good. Carmel's lead is cut to 16-13. We'll take a timeout. St. Charles North within 3, less than 4 minutes into the third quarter.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo.
You saying I did?
Stars 75 is Pembroke.
Back here at St. Charles North High School, where the North Stars, after being down by 10, have cut the lead to 3 here early in the third quarter. Carmel Catholic up 16-13 as that kickoff goes out of bounds. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 for the Corsairs. And now, priority number 1, hold on to the football.
But if you are Carmel, the silver lining is, despite the 3 turnovers, the North Stars have only been able to convert them into 6 points. So they've dodged a couple here with these mistakes, especially that last miscue. They're very fortunate that they still have the lead.
So back on the field is the Corsairs offensive unit. Jordan Moore ready to tote the rock. He's in the backfield. He gets the handoff up the middle, falling forward to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 5. And it seems like whenever Jordan Moore gets a carry and decides to keep it between the tackles, it's at least 4 yards, a given.
And how he can break tackles if they can't wrap him down. And Wyatt Brandt was able to make that stop there, the 5'11 senior linebacker. Again, they don't have no one deep. Everyone is within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. He can go a long way if they can't make the tackle.
Here's Moore again, this time under center. Play action coming. Taylor looking downfield. He'll throw one up. He has a man slowing down to get it and hauling it in that time is Eli Jackson. It's a big pickup all the way to the 32-yard line, a 1st down well into North Stars territory.
Well, Marshall, Carmel said 2 can play at this game. We can do a little play action ourselves. Beautifully timed and executed.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage is Taylor and company. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Taylor back, taking another shot for Jackson down the field. This time into double coverage, almost intercepted that time. As it was Reed Raska.
Ball was underthrown. Jackson had the step. I think the ball, I don't know, maybe, again, he's throwing it into the wind, so that may have a factor, but we got a flag here as well, Marshall.
Looks like this one's coming back. Perhaps a holding call.
Well, if he would have caught it, it would have not mattered anyway.
So that's a big play, big call. 1st and 20 now from the 42-yard line. Let's see how the Corsairs deal with this. Moore back in that backfield. This time does get the handoff, busts to the outside. It's a pickup of, we'll call it 3. 2nd and 17.
Simple run, hoping he can maybe get more than a couple on that play. But now I think we're back to Trey Taylor and the run pass option that they have with them.
So the rain starts to fall just a little bit harder here. Definitely getting colder outside.
It is.
It is Illinois high school football playoff weather, dare I say. Now with the twin backs in the backfield, Moore is going to take it, lean forward, take it inside the 35, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. But it'll be 3rd and very long here. 3rd and 12 is what it's looking like.
Interesting that they went to the ground again on that play. Thought maybe they would maybe go for safe pass, something underneath, or the run option for Taylor.
Now, if you pick up, let's say, half of this 3rd and 12 here, do you think about going for it on 4th down because you're back in that no man's land, Tim?
Well, we saw them do that earlier, and St. Charles North got the hold on downs.
Here's Taylor. Moore's with him.
Bootleg.
He'll bootleg to his right. He's on his feet. He's looking for room. Makes one man miss. Falls forward. Gets all the way down to the 26-yard line, making it the 25. And that will create a 4th and short. And here we are with decisions to be made.
Yeah, well, they got a couple of things they can do here. Since they're within 5 yards, they can line up, maybe try a hard count, draw St. Charles North off sides, call a timeout, then decide do they want to attempt the field goal or go for it. Or they can just go for it right away, but I think, again, it's the same thing. Fake the pass, or if you're going to show pass, it's a pass play that's going to give Taylor an option to take off if they have nothing brewing downfield.
Here is Taylor. He's got Moore with him. That one's blown dead, and a timeout's going to be taken by St. Charles North.
St. Charles North.
Perhaps they didn't sit like something that they saw in the way that was lined up.
Yeah, and also if they didn't see something they like, they want to make certain everybody is aligned on the same page, and whoever's going to be the eye to keep spy on Taylor to ensure he doesn't take off. But the one thing St. Charles North has done that has been effective at times has been the pressure. Maybe they come and bring the heat on Taylor and force him to flush out and rush a throw if they can contain him from taking off.
A bit of a chess game here.
But I'm surprised they wouldn't maybe try a hard count to draw St. Charles North off sides as well. But it appears they're going to play it straight out.
So here it is, 4th and 4. Moore in the backfield. It is the bootleg. Pressure is coming, eluding the pressure. Still on his feet, doesn't have much room, trying to get across for the 1st down, but he did not get there. He is held in check. It is a turnover on down. St. Charles North gets the stop.
Yeah, he's about a half yard short, and they came with the pressure again that time, Marshall. Declan Smith was all over, and that allowed the defense to bring contain and go that way to prevent Taylor from taking off and making a big play there. They were able to get there in time and stop him just about a half yard shy of the 1st down, and a big stop on downs by the St. Charles North defense.
So Taylor and the Corsairs unable to get it done yet again on 4th down, and now another chance.
Yeah, 2 stops on 4th down and 3 turnovers.
St. Charles North will have a chance to tie or take the lead yet again. They've been chipping away with field goals, their last 2 scores. Here, Padron. This time throws it back to Vendel. Vendel taken down immediately in the backfield. That time, it was Nick Hopman making the tackle in the backfield. That's a loss of 5.
And that pitch was a bit of a dangerous run right there. That came like in on the shoulders of Vendel, tough to handle. And Hopman, he was not fooled. He was there to make the play immediately. And now a big loss, as you talked about, and the North Stars in a big of a hole now.
2nd and 15.
So 2nd and 15. They've got the ball now on the 19-yard line.
Uh-oh.
And a low snap, and now throwing it across and broken up that time. Good pass defense
But
by
we
the
have
Corsairs.
but we have a I don't know if
Jameer
that's
Miles on the breakup.
I'm sorry about that, Marshall, but as that play came, the horn went off. That sounded like that was the weather horn that went off.
And
I think if that went off, the game may be stopped at this point.
And the officials have taken a timeout. They're going to talk things over here.
Yeah, all the schools have those store guards units on their campus, obviously to detect lightning or severe weather in the area, and that horn went off as the play was snapped. And everyone's not certain what to do because there's, I don't think, no lightning in the area. It's just flat out cold, wet, windy, and raining right now.
Yeah, it is football weather, but I don't think that there was any forecast of thunderstorms.
I don't know. Can you have where's Tom Skilling when we need him?
You can have thunder snow. I know that.
Okay.
That's a thing. But they're taking a timeout here. Carmel Catholic with a 16-13 lead here with 4:14 remaining in the third quarter.
And I think those are probably some of the on-site administrators there. I think they're looking because you can all the schools like the ADs or whoever the on-site administrators, if they have that ThorGuard system, they have the app, and that app will show them the severity. So I think that's what they're showing the officials right now. But normally once that horn goes off, play has to get suspended, but you normally see that in week 1 of the season, not round 2 of a state playoff game.
Certainly an interesting situation here at St. Charles North and what's been a very tight and interesting game. These two teams trying to get to the quarterfinals, and now the officials, I believe they are going to resume play here as the Corsairs coming back on the field.
Like in basketball, an inadvertent whistle.
A little bit stronger than a whistle here to hear that horn go off and wonder if we're going to have to take shelter elsewhere.
Well, it appears all of our expert meteorologists on the administrative side have agreed it's safe to continue.
So now we come back with a 3rd and 15 as the rain falls just a little bit harder. Back to pass is Padron. Looking downfield. He's got time. He'll throw one up. Deep. Broken up. Good defense that time, as it was Jameer Miles downfield making the play, and Miles has been all over the place
Yeah,
today.
he stepped in and made a nice job to break that play up.
The result of the play will be a 4th down.
That'll make it 4th and 15, and back to punt again will be Lucas Tenbrock. So another big stop by the Corsairs.
Set the kick for the North Stars.
Back to receive that kick will be Greg Benninghas. Make that Eli Jackson. Jackson will let it bounce. It will settle, take a neutral bounce, and be downed at the 40-yard line. So pretty good field position. Some of the best that they've had off of a Tenbrock punt today for the Corsairs. They've got a 3-point lead with 3:56 to play in the third quarter.
But the last 4 possessions have been 3 turnovers and a turnover on downs. 3 of those 4 possessions, they were in St. Charles North territory. And I've been saying this, it just feels like they should be up by at least 2 touchdowns, and it's only a 3-point game.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Instead, it's Edmonds getting the carry, leaning forward and picking up a couple.
It's his first carry in a while.
They had gone with the power package of Jordan Moore, but now trying to change up the pace a little bit.
Of course, Edmonds had the big touchdown run that got them on the board in the first quarter, so we have an injured St. Charles North player on the field.
Coming out to attend to him, might be a cramp, the way his leg's up in the air. They'll check him out and try to straighten him out. Under 4 minutes of play here in the third quarter. The winner of this game goes on to face Brother Rice, who had no issues on the road tonight.
They did not. 46-0 was the final. They won on the road in Algonquin against Jacobs this evening. And I don't think that is not much of a surprise. As again, the uniqueness of the IHSA playoff system, how despite even though Brother Rice was the better seed, they had to travel on the road because Jacobs didn't have a home game in round 1.
It is interesting how that works, right? You fight so hard, and then you get the IHSA pairings show comes out,
I was
But
the
you did
host
a great
this year.
job with.
Yeah, I was the host this year. I was going to point that out.
You did a great job with that, Marshall.
But your seed doesn't really matter after the first round.
Yeah, unless there's an even amount of home games, so it could matter next round.
Here's Edmonds getting wrapped up and taken down. That time it was Aiden McClure.
And he's fired up after making that play.
Big loss. We'll say -5. 3rd and 15 coming. Make it 14. It's a 4-yard loss. But the Corsairs unable to get it going here once again.
But again, I do like that they are sticking to the run game more here now. They did, but I think now because they're going more into the wind at this point, that's more of their game plan right now. It's been quite effective, but St. Charles North, after so many reps, said we had enough and were able to make a big stop right there, led by McClure.
Edmonds in the backfield again, this time off the play action, slipping and falling and down in the backfield.
Did he lose the ball?
I'm not sure if he lost the ball or not. He might have been down by contact. Let's see what the officials say.
Matthew Plum came up with it, and I think they're going to call it a down by contact.
Yeah, I think he just slipped, fell down, and then the ball came out as he just slipped. No one tackled him. No one sacked him. He fell down.
And there's the conditions at play, and again, those type of cleats you have to wear for the turf a little different in these conditions in terms of the level of cleats you need to wear.
So another loss, and this is a not great punt as it gets barely across midfield.
That went off the side of his foot.
It's going to be down at the 42-yard line. So more great field position for St. Charles North here in the third quarter, down by 3.
They're getting every single opportunity to take the lead in this game. Carmel has had so many opportunities to break this game open. The North Stars have not let it all tonight, and they're just hanging around here tonight, Marshall.
I will say, Tim, as exciting as the first half was, this third quarter has been a bit of a snooze fest in terms of big explosive plays. It's been a lot of self-imposed pain for both these teams. And now Durante gets it all the way out to the 48-yard line, make it the 49.
And that's the reason why I thought it would be a little tougher to have a 42-40 shootout tonight, more with the conditions. But credit the defenses of both teams. They've been able to make plays when needed, bend but not break.
7-yard pickup for Durante there. So Carson Durante in the backfield once again with JT Padron, who has not been doing a lot of throwing in this game. Not since that touchdown pass to Braden Harms. Durante again. Looks like forward progress will take him close to the first down marker. Coming up just short, it'll be a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
Stopped up the middle, and they'll quickly reset back to the line.
Maybe a quarterback sneak.
And it is a quarterback sneak, and it is an easy first down for JT Padron.
Usually when a team goes no huddle quickly like that on 3rd and short, 9 times out of 10, it's a quarterback keeper. Try and get the defense quickly off balance.
It was highly effective that time. 1st and 10 now from the 47-yard line. Now talking things over is Padron with his head coach, Rob Bomazak. Bomazak in his 13th season at St. Charles North. A 9-1 record this year. They are the Duquesne Conference champions for the 2nd year in a row, and that will do it for the third quarter. 16-13, Carmel Catholic with a 3-point lead on St. Charles North. One more quarter to decide who goes to the quarterfinals. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Back here at St. Charles North, officials timeout as we begin the fourth quarter. Carmel Catholic, a 16-13 lead over the North Stars.
It appears there might be an issue with the play clock on the play clock in the end zone toward our right. It is out. So basically the clock that the defense of Carmel would be seeing, it is currently out, while the other play clock to our left is functioning. So that appears to be why we have the delay here. They're going to try and see if they can get the play clock fixed.
Now play will resume between the North Stars and the Corsairs. That ball rolls back to JT Padron. He'll throw it up for Ranke. Flag comes out. It's going to be pass interference. That ball looked like the center rolled it between his legs. It did not take air in the shotgun formation. And yet somehow Padron was able to get it off and draw the pass interference.
Yeah, well, the cast in the defense on there on defending on the play on Ranke came back to the football and just ran right into him. And there was really not a whole lot on that throw, but usually a lot of times you get those penalties on balls that are a little underthrown. They did get the other play clock fixed, so both play clocks are now functioning again.
So now 15-yard penalty will take St. Charles North into Corsairs territory. Here's Padron. Back to pass, taking another shot, going up top, but out of the reach that time of Ranke, and another flag comes out.
It was hard to see. I don't know if he got a hand in there again. That's Caston who was defending on Ranke, and he may have just held the arm, even though that ball was, I think, a touch overthrown. But maybe they're thinking that was enough, that little bit of that touch, subtle, might have been enough to disrupt the route.
So back-to-back pass interference calls, and St. Charles North has their best chance to tie or take the lead.
That wasn't as blatant as the last one, but from our angle, we couldn't see it, but I'm believing that's probably what the official saw from his end.
First and 10 from the 17-yard line. Here's Durante, another bad snap. Handed off, and Durante's taken down. It's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. And the center quarterback exchange has gone by the wayside here on this drive.
Slick conditions. Again, the official comes in, has the towel. They're going to switch out the football, dry off, bring in a dry one. They're going to try and keep shuffling dry footballs in there to prevent that from happening, but we've seen that the second time in this possession.
So now under center, trying to take care of that problem. Here's the play action, wide open, and unable to bring it in that time was Chris Acapede.
Oh my, he's going to have nightmares about that one tonight, Marshall. That was a sure touchdown.
It would have been an easy 6 for Chris Acapede, and his teammate consoling him, talking it over with him.
No one was near him.
Is Ranke.
And it was well-designed play by St. Charles North. They had what they wanted.
Tim, I bet on the play action.
Yep. That's what has worked for them. The run. When they pass, it's always very efficient, but that time, Apapeke could not bring it in, and He's going to have a short-term memory and shake that one off, and now his team faces a big 3rd and 13.
So back on the 20-yard line, 3rd and 13. Padron back to pass. Here comes the pressure. It's the screen game. Durante's got it. Down the left sideline, cuts it back, and he gets into the end zone. A 20-yard touchdown off a beautifully designed screen pass on 3rd and 13 has put St. Charles North in front.
Well, he picked up his teammate. Then Carson Durante. Screenplay, as you called, Marshall. He had a wall of blockers in front of him, 3 men, a convoy to take him in, and the North Stars have their first lead of the night.
Here's Ten Brock on for the extra point to make it a 4-point lead. He gets it to go through, and it's a 20-16 St. Charles North lead. After being down 10-0 early in this one, they have a 4-point lead with 10:56 remaining here in the final stanza.
And all those missed opportunities by Carmel. The 3 turnovers, especially the one in the red zone. And now the North Stars have finally caught them to take a 4-point lead. And this crowd that has weathered the storm tonight is very excited and much into this football game.
Just a beautifully designed play, and that was 2 great plays in a row. One of them didn't work because the receiver couldn't haul it in, but that second play, that might have worked from 50 yards out.
Yeah, because the blocking was beautiful in front of him, and then once he had the blocking, Durante was able to do the rest.
So Carson Durante takes it in on a 20-yard screen pass.
Well,
St. Charles North with the lead.
Sorry, Mark, what a game we've had. This has turned out to be a great game tonight.
Now on the return, unable to get it back out to the 20-yard line that time was Lucas Gonzalez. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Corsairs, and this will be an interesting drive here.
Now we'll see what they do here for the first time being down in this game. We've seen the running by Jordan Moore and Jaquel Edmonds, but I think it's going to be Trey Taylor, their quarterback, that's going to win it for him here in this drive.
He is back to pass. Quickly completed over the middle. Pickup of about 5 on the play. That's going to Eli Jackson. 2nd and 5.
A quick dump off under the middle. Just get this drive going again, just because of the field position. Just need that initial first down to spring the drive going.
It's Edmonds in the backfield alongside Taylor. Taylor looking to go to work. Man in motion. He'll hit that man in motion. Just short of the first down, it's Kai Owens. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 1.5 yards, Tim. And they're quickly back to the line of scrimmage, back in that shotgun. Getting it, handoff. Edmonds gets through, gets the first down and a little bit more. Out to the 24-yard line. So Jaquel Edmonds gets the first down. They move the chains. So step 1 complete, Tim.
Now they go no huddle.
See what the tempo does. Another quick throw. That one is out to Greg Bess Hennings. So Bess Henning picks up 7 yards. Make it 6 on the play.
Well, they're doing a lot of dink and dunking, short pass plays underneath. They're just taking what the defense is giving them right now, Marshall.
Perhaps biding their time until they can get a shot downfield. Short passes, the running game, and now he wants his guys to be further out, rearranging the receivers.
Got plenty of time, 14 on the play clock.
Trey Taylor barking it out. Play clock down to 6 now. He'll get it. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Finds his man, but unable to hit Kai Owens that time. Just a bit off target.
Had him, but that pressure put on him may have caused just enough hesitation by Taylor to get just miss Owens to be off target on that pass play.
And Taylor does a good job of stepping around and stepping up in the pocket. But as you said, Tim, looked like he might have been affected by pressure that has been pretty consistent from St. Charles North in obvious passing situations. And we have perhaps another one here on a 3rd and 5 situation. Here he is again, Taylor. Pressure coming, on the move, in trouble, wrapped up, taken down, sacked is Trey Taylor. That will bring up 4th down as the bodies unpile off of him. And now a little roughhousing. So talk things over. Declan Smith on the sack that time.
His presence pressuring Taylor has been the difference to hold off Carmel on many of these drives, and now they'll force their first punting situation in quite some time.
Smith, the leading sacker and the leading tackler for loss. He came into the game with 5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and now trouble trying to get the punt off. It's blocked out of bounds. And that time, looks like it was Matthew Plum in on the block. Trouble with the snap. And running off with it that time, in pain, Luca Martinez having all kinds of issues. And now St. Charles North, with under 8 minutes of play, is going to be set up with great field position, a chance to tack on to their 4-point lead.
The snap, first of all, was off and threw off the timing of Luca Martinez, so he tried to go away directional and literally just kicked it right into Plum.
So Plum comes up with the big block. And now the handoff. And taken down that time was Durante. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. And now the clock continues to run, and that becomes a factor here in the 4th quarter.
It does, and now St. Charles North is suddenly in the catbird seat here, in plus territory, up 4, clock winding under 7.5 to go.
Now back under center is Padron. Durante again falls forward, down to the 30. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
And for the most part, this was a game for a good half and into the 3rd quarter that Carmel controlled statistically. But the 3 turnovers kept St. Charles North in it, and now here they are trying to make it a 2-possession game.
Now back to work is Padron, this time back in the shotgun. Durante's with him.
They're going to audible here.
Talks to his lineman. He'll wait for the snap.
Too much time.
Timeout is going to be taken as the delay of game was on the virtue of being called.
Yeah, there were 3 seconds on the play clock. So there was some confusion there. They were going to change the play, and then by the time they got the communication in order, just not enough time to get the snap off. And with them having a 4-point lead, and at this stage, field position down the distance, a wise use timeout, even though they're down to 1 remaining. They had to burn 1 right there.
Now, here's the thing. It's 3rd and 3. If they don't get the first down, this would be, from where they are now, about a 48, 49-yard field goal. They've got a kicker. What's that win looking like, Tim?
Well, there's still this side. You are going more into the crosswind right now when you're going this direction. But this could be, depending on what happens here, I think will determine if they go for the field goal. If they can't quite get the first down and it's close, I can see them going for it on 4th down. They have a chance to possibly put the nail in the coffin here. A field goal makes it still a 1-possession game, and you can still lose on a 2-point conversion.
So here's St. Charles North. Big 3rd down and 3 coming from the 31-yard line. Durante alongside. No, that's Vendel. And now following his blockers and pushing forward, falling down to the 27-yard line.
Carmel said there was a fumble, but no indication by the official. They'll say down by contact.
It's going to be a 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it.
4th and 1.
And now lining up.
They didn't have the ball spotted properly. They're going to re-spot it back a half yard.
And that's going to give Carmel's defense a chance to reset in expectation. And now looking to bring in a drier ball, but instead being told to head back to the sideline. So now we've got a 4th and 1 situation. Rob Pomazak talking to his team.
And he wanted the play clock to get reset. They gave them now a fresh 20.
So here in the shotgun, Padron will hand it off and getting the 1st down and more. Vendel to the end zone. Touchdown, St. Charles North. And that might put it away.
He just started like he was on a track block when he got that handoff. He just got that handoff and flew up the sidelines.
Untouched.
And I think because they were playing quarterback sneak, thinking potentially Padron might keep it. He didn't keep it that time. And what a big-time strike by St. Charles North.
So Tommy Vendel, the big touchdown. Now the flags come out.
And that's why I thought, Marshall, they probably weren't going to go for a field goal. You had a chance to possibly maybe put this game away. It's not over with yet, but it's pretty close.
5:43 on the clock. Extra point here will make it an 11-point game.
At least you know, regardless, it's a 2-possession game at this point, which is huge with 5:43 remaining.
Here's Lucas Tembrock on for that extra point. And that ball was badly kicked.
And I think it began with the snap. It was a poor snap. And
I don't think the hold was there. Once the snap came in bad, the hold wasn't in place, and that is a missed extra
point. I believe the ball was sideways when he tried to kick it as well.
So Tembrock, no chance there, but as you said, it's still a 2-possession game. 26-16. St. Charles North has stormed back after being down 10-0 early in this one. We'll take a timeout as we are watching the IHSA 7A second-round game between St. Charles North and Carmel, powered by SportsBroadcastSolutions.com. Back here at St. Charles North High School, where Lucas Tembrock's kick goes out of bounds. It's a touchback. Carmel Catholic with work to do, down by 10 with 5:43 to play. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Tim, what has happened to Carmel's offense?
Well, it was the turnovers that sparked it with the missed opportunities that kept St. Charles North in this game. That's really the big story. And then they got the big stop on downs.
So here's Trey Taylor, knowing they need 2 scores to keep this game going. He's back to pass. He's got time. Now he'll take off to his left on the run. Looking deep. He's got a man wide open. And that is going to be a touchdown.
And that's what they needed, a quick strike just like that. But no one was within 20 yards of Kai Owens. He was just standing there around the 20-yard line all by himself. And again, that goes back to my talk. They had, on those runs, no second line of defense. There was no safety help there either.
An 80-yard touchdown pass to Kai Owens. And you're right, Tim. Kai Owens was standing there as if he had walked off the sideline and just said, I'm going to plant my feet here. Somebody find me. That's amazing.
I don't know how that can happen if you're the St. Charles North defense at this stage of the game. You know they have to make something happen. Even if you're in some sort of prevent defense, force him to throw it underneath. Someone blew an assignment to leave him that wide open.
It is busted coverage, and it is a 3-point game. 8 seconds off the clock, Tim. 8 seconds off the clock.
So that plays right in the Cardinals' hands because now they scored so quickly, their defense can come back out. They still have the 3 timeouts remaining. They don't have to do an onside kick at this point. They can play it out defensively and try and get a defensive stop to get the football back. They either go for a field goal to send it into overtime or go for the win. And just when you think you have this game tonight figured out, we have another twist.
It has been full of twists and turns, and it has blown from one direction to the other, much like the wind is blown tonight, all over the place. Whew. What a game here between St. Charles North and Carmel Catholic.
It's been a fun one, my friend. It's been great to be with you here tonight for this one. I've enjoyed it.
Marshall Harris, Timothy McKinney, here with you at St. Charles, where the North Stars holding on to a 3-point lead over the Corsairs, but the Corsairs with a jolt of energy back in this game after being down by 10, score quickly, first play, and now the ball falls off the tee, which is pretty much par for the course on a night like this.
What else should happen at this point? And now that missed extra point becomes so critical now because that gives Carmel at least a chance to tie with the field goal if they get a stop.
That one is kicked back, and it's going to go into the end zone off the foot of Jack Doyle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the 20. Now for JT Padron and St. Charles North with just over 5.5 minutes to play.
And they just can't go conservative here, run, because Carmel has the 3 timeouts remaining. But this first down play is going to be critical in setting the tone and what the play calling will be moving forward on this drive. Do they run or do they trust Padron to do something play action?
Here's Padron. He'll hand it off. Durante gets inside, falls forward. Pickup of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4. Looks like they're going to lean on that run game and at least try to run some clock.
Well, they were able to establish the line of scrimmage right there and get a good chunk on first down. So now that gives them a lot of options in the playbook here. Again, they're going to probably need at least a couple of first downs before Carmel might have to think about start burning those 3 timeouts.
And now a false start.
Wow.
Out on the edge. That one's going to go against Harms,
and
that'll march him back 5 yards.
And when you're trying to run out the clock, the old 4-minute offense, they now want to say, even though we have 5 minutes on the clock, that's the last thing you want to do.
Penalty stops the clock. They'll reset it now. Clock back to running. 2nd and 9.
But that changes what they want to do. I think they're going to run again here if I'm down.
No, it's play action.
Okay.
And taking a shot down the field. Looking for his man. No flag. Looking for the flag, but it's not there. Good coverage that time by Eli Jackson.
Yeah, he was right there. And Ranky, there was a lot of hand jostling between the two.
But there was no contact.
And, but the referees in the crowd in front of us wanted the flag and didn't get it. And now that stops the clock, Marshall, and it's now 3rd and 9. And now I think since you did not run there, now you're definitely, I think, in a passing situation here on 3rd down. That's why I thought they were at least running again on 2nd down.
So no time comes off in between plays because of that incomplete pass. Let's see what Padron does here. Looking to pass again behind Ranke. And another incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 9. The punting unit will come on, and the Corsairs will get another chance to tie or take the lead with 4:29 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Well, that Ranke-Caston matchup has been one of the matchups tonight, and Ranke had the position, but unfortunately he went one way and the pass went the other.
Padron off the mark, and now enter Lucas Tenbrock, perhaps his biggest punt of the night.
And he's going to need to boom this one to pin back Carmel as far as possible.
From the 10-yard line, that is a high booming kick. It'll take a Carmel bounce, however, and Jackson will let it go, and they will get the ball. The Corsairs will, on the plus side of the field.
But a little tougher because, remember, he was punting into the wind. And now here we go, Marshall. 4:20 on the clock. Carmel, excellent field position. Now they don't need to hurry up. They have all 3 timeouts, so that's not really a factor yet. So if things work out in a perfect world for Jason McKee, he wants to move this ball down the field slowly and punch it in with as little time remaining on the clock.
Here is Trey Taylor, gives it to Jaquel Edmonds. Edmonds looking to get to the outside, but tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Declan Smith, I believe, got an arm in there, and that's going to be a loss of 2 for Edmonds.
Well, Declan Smith, he's done the job in that linebacker slot all night long for this St. Charles North defense. And again, they can take their time here.
Clock goes under 4 minutes, 2nd and 12 now. Here's Taylor. Will they run again, or will Taylor take over this game? Over 3,300 yards passing coming in. It is Edmonds. Slips a tackle, falls forward, and gets it all the way down to the 43-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3 to go.
Well, they played a little deeper that time and had more protection downfield, but that meant there was more of a gap underneath for him to get a good chunk of yardage to get near 1st down.
Here's Taylor again. Certainly in 4-down territory as we approach 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. They'll give it to Edmonds again.
He's going to be stopped short.
He is stacked up about a yard short of the 1st down. And it'll be 4th and a long one.
You go for it here. You don't want to burn your timeout. You trust your offense to run the play, because if you are stopped, you want to keep those 3 timeouts in your pocket to get one more crack if you can't convert. But again, watch Taylor. I would think they would try and create something for him.
And now, see what the play is.
Hard count. They forced him to jump.
Is that an offsides call? It is. Encroachment, the call.
He came up behind the line. You talked about it earlier, Marshall. He doesn't go behind center very often. He went and did the hard count and got them to jump to get the 1st down.
So a pickup of 5 yards without even snapping the ball. 1st and 10 for the Corsairs. Now down to the 41-yard line with just over 2.5 minutes to play.
Think they'll need about another good 15 yards to feel comfortable for a game-tying field goal, but they want 6.
Here's Edmonds again, slipping inside. Finally stood up, but not until he's picked up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And on the opposite side of the coin, Marshall, remember St. Charles North, they only have 1 timeout left, so at some point they might have to consider burning that final timeout to preserve some clock. But they're behind the 8 ball in terms of clock right now.
Less than 2 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Ball down to the 32-yard line. It's 2nd and 6. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, they can take their time here. No problem here. They huddled, milk as much time off the clock.
Edmonds in the backfield. Loose ball, fumbled, picked up. Trying to make something out of nothing and getting back to the original line of scrimmage that time.
Taylor got it back. And there's a flag as well. And
let's see what this flag is going to be. But another issue dealing with that slippery football.
They picked the flag up.
So the flag gets picked up. It's going to be 3rd and 10, however, and the clock continues to run. They might want to use a timeout. 1:02 to play. The clock continues to run.
I think if they get a first down here, then they'll call one.
So 3rd and 10. Under 50 seconds to play. Taylor back to pass. Rolling to his right. The screen is off the mark. Intended for Edmonds, but the pressure was too great. It's an incomplete pass.
And guess who on the pressure?
Declan Smith in the backfield.
What a game he's had.
Again, Smith, 2-time all-conference player. Big reason why St. Charles North is a 2-time defending conference champion.
And now they've called a timeout.
Well, they got to talk things over.
Carmel's going to put all the chips on the table on this play, because now if they cannot convert on this 4th down, there's no chance with 2 timeouts remaining for them to get the ball back. St. Charles North should be able to run out the clock potentially if they get a stop here.
Are you thinking, if you are St. Charles North here, are you thinking about a cover 0 blitz, just send in the house?
Declan Smith's done a good job on it by himself, but I think if you're Carmel, you got to have some help on Smith. But that pressure has been effective, and it's made Taylor rush at times tonight. They may go off or broke here, but they do have a couple men back deep safeties. We'll see if they bring in the linebackers.
Here's Taylor back to pass.
They drop.
And now in trouble. He's back inside his own 40-yard line. He's going to have to throw it up. He does. There's Edmonds. He's got a little bit of room in front of him, but here coming in, closing out, and a ball is loose. It's out. It's a fumble. It doesn't matter. St. Charles North with the stop. The turnover on downs. First down, North Stars with 29 seconds to play. St. Charles North is set up to advance to the quarterfinals of the IHSA 7A playoffs.
Also, you got to give Matthew Plum credit. We talked about Declan Smith, but Smith and Plum were bringing the heat on those last 2 plays, and those are just one-on-one assignments. That's why they didn't have to go all-out blitz. They dropped the linebackers back. They dropped the safeties back, and they still were able to get enough pressure to make the big play.
So taking the knee will be J.T. Padron. And the clock will run.
Carmel had their chances here tonight. They're going to have a very restless night this evening, these young men. They had a lot of opportunities slip away this evening, but credit this St. Charles North team. They hung in this ball game when they were down early, and they're going to win it.
And that will do it. The clock goes final. St. Charles North comes back from 10 down early to walk away with a 26-23 win over Carmel Catholic. The North Stars advance and will face Brother Rice in the 7A quarterfinals.
Terrific football game. Both of these teams gave us an outstanding show here tonight. At the end of the day, the turnovers by Carmel, and then when they had their chances, Declan Smith, with the pressure up front, did just enough to throw off Taylor, and it's St. Charles North who will have a date with Brother Rice next week. It was a great one here tonight.
It was a great one to be able to call, to be out here on this beautiful sunny night.
And for the conditions, you have to credit the teams for the way they play. We did have 3 turnovers, but for the most part, a fairly clean game in these conditions.
Tim, it's been a pleasure, and to witness this is what high school football is all about. Just survive and advance. And conditions or not, you got to step up to the challenge. The team that made the fewest mistakes tonight able to advance.
It's what makes this game great, and this game could have been easily a quarterfinal game, the years they had, but they met in round 2, and they gave us a dandy here tonight. Marshall, it was great to be here with you to be a part of it.
That will do it for us. Again, St. Charles North, a 26-23 win over Carmel Catholic in the second round of the IHSA 7A playoffs. For Timothy McKinney, Marshall Harris saying so long. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. You've been watching IHSA playoff football on the NFHS, powered by SportsBroadcastSolutions.com.
Congratulations.
With Tommy Venda after a big win over Carmel Catholic, what was the difference tonight?
Execution and preparation. This week of practice is like I've never seen before. It was the most intense practices. Our O-line, our defense, everything has played a big role. Our offense really paved the way. And the defense, that's the best defensive brand in football I've ever seen in my life. It was awesome.
Tell me about your touchdown, man.
Pure adrenaline, pure flow state right there. It was awesome. Our line paved the way there. I saw the gap, had to hit that right away. Boom, up 20, up 6 more points.
What does it mean to advance to another game and to face Brother Rice next week?
It means everything. It means everything to us. We basically knew coming in here we're gonna win this. You know, we had the mentality. We all stick together as a family, and we executed.
Any doubts when you guys were down 10-0 early?
Not at all. Not at all. We knew it from the start. This means it. This means something.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.